custom has developed based on the teachings of the students of the Arizal to recite 6 verses from the book of Tehillim when putting on the Talet Gadol in the morning. The first 2 verses are from the beginning of Mizmor 104, which is the same Mizmor that is recited for Rosh Chodesh. These verses are Barechi nafshi et Adonai, Adonai lahai kadata me'od, hod v'hadar labashta, followed by the next verse, Ote or kasalma, note shamayim kairi'ah. According to the Sidur Bet Obed, these 2 verses are recited before reciting the blessing on the Talet, and then the other 4 verses, which are found in the middle of Mizmor 36, are recited after reciting the blessing and wrapping oneself with the Talet. These instructions are also found in the Kaf Hayim Sofer. The 4 verses are Mayakar Hasecha Elohim Ubnei Adam Besel Kenafecha Yehesayun Yirviyun Medishin Betecha Benahal Adanecha Tashkem Mecha Mikor Hayim Beorcha Nire Or and Meshok Hasecha Liotrecha Sidqatecha Lishre Leb. However, from Hakam Yosef Abadi Shayo's book on the customs of Halab, it seems like all 6 verses were recited together after reciting the blessing and putting the talet on your head and body, but before throwing all 4 corners of the talet over your left shoulder. Let me demonstrate. You would begin by holding the talet and reciting the berachah of the hitateh b'sisit. Then you put the talet over your head and let it hang down over your body. At this point, you would recite the 6 verses from Tehillim, and then take all 4 corners, throw it over your left shoulder, hold it like this for a few seconds, and then lower the talet onto your shoulders and wrap yourself. Furthermore, the Sidur Olet HaShahar that was printed in Halab in the year 1915 only has the 4 verses from Mizmor 36, and it instructs you to say them after you recited the blessing for the talet and wrap the talet on your head for a few seconds. While the talet is still on your head, say the 4 verses beginning with Mayakar Hasecha Elohim. The Sidur Tefilat Yeshurun, which was very popular in our community from the 1930s through the 1960s, has all 6 verses. The first 2 appear before reciting the blessing, and the last 4 after the blessing. So it seems that there are some variations regarding the reciting of the verses from Tehillim when putting on the talet. The sources from Halab indicate that the verses were recited right after reciting the blessing and wearing the talet, but before throwing the corners of the talet over your left shoulder and wrapping it on your body. In any case, the verses should not be recited in between the blessing and wearing the talet on your head and body. That would be an interruption between the blessing and the performance of the mitzvah. Lastly, from all the sources, at least the 4 verses from Mizmor 36 were recited while wearing the talet, not before wearing it.